This episode is powered by British Gas, with Peak Save helping you get more out of Sundays.
With Peak Save, electricity is half price every Sunday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Perfect for putting the kettle on, watching the football and running big energy appliance like your washing machine or dishwasher while you relax.
Same Sunday routine, same plans. You are just making the most of half price electricity for the things that use the most energy.
And with 5 hours of cheaper electricity every Sunday, the savings start to add up.
Plus, British Gas now have a new exclusive BWSL fixed tariff for fans, players, or anyone who's part of a club, guaranteed to be cheaper than the January price cap.
So Peak Save looks after your Sundays and the BWSL tariff looks after the rest of the year. British Gas backing the BWSL on the pitch and supporting fans off it as well.
Search British Gas Peak Save to find out more.
Terms and eligibility apply. Peak Save requires a smart meter and normal standing charges apply.
Hello everyone and welcome to Daily Brightness, the podcast where me and my bestie talk all things football, but most importantly we talk about life and let you in a little bit on our lives outside of football. So firstly, Rach, how are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. Obviously sidelined for a few weeks, so that's annoying, but yeah, really good. Other than that, how are you? I see that you've had a very, 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 very important week, little Miss Millie Bright OBE.
Bessie, I'm having a Cloud9 week. I can't stop smiling. Yeah, I'm really good though, thank you. And I hope you're okay first and foremost, which, like you said, it's a little bit crappy, but these things happen. So, yeah, but week's been good. It's been a roller coaster, to be honest. I had to come off Cloud9 pretty quickly and get all eyes on the game. But yeah, life is good. Life is good.
Yeah, talk to us about Windsor because I absolutely loved it, and I know what you mean. It's like the most surreal moment.
It is crazy. Everyone kept asking me, and I really couldn't put it into words. Like, I'm not speechless very often, and as you know, gobshite over here. And I was like, I don't actually know how to explain it. I remember doing an interview straight after, and I was like, I don't really know what to tell you or how to tell you what it feels like. Firstly, I think my nan thought she was getting presented it. She loves the Royals. You know what she's like. Even like the start of it. So getting hair and makeup done in the morning and then watching like my mom and my gran and my sister get ready and my dad. And I just remember kept looking at my mum and dad and going, we don't belong here. What are we doing?
I know. I had imposter syndrome when I went in there.
I was like, this is fraud.
I don't feel like I should be here.
No, that was me. But it was super exciting. Like everyone scrubbed up pretty decent, to be fair. So that was really special. And then just like walking over to Windsor Castle and we just kept looking at each other giggling.
I feel like all of your pictures that you took were like all where I took mine. I was like, it's like deja vu flicking through your photos. Like, that's literally what I did.
Right at the beginning outside the castle, we kept going. My dad kept going, oh, that's a good spot. Stand there, stand there. Oh, that looks nice there. What a view. Yeah. What a view. Like, stand there. So anyway, you go in, as you know, we walked in and then you're like walking through Windsor Castle and then you're going through all these different rooms. And then...
Yeah, but you know when you go through all them rooms and all them people that you meet that tell you they're how posh are they as well, I'm like, oh, yes, I'll go through that way and turn right. And yes, I'll go left and sit down.
I turned to my dad and I went, Dad, I'm going to have to put a different accent on. I'm going to have to change my voice. I'm going to have to change what I talk like.
Do you know who I am? Because I don't belong here.
No, and what I will say is every single staff member like were super like amazing.
Lovely, aren't they?
They made you feel so comfortable, and I felt like our worlds were like miles apart, and we come from complete different worlds. But yeah, I still felt like I belonged there in a way, even though I was like, This is fraud. I should not be here. They made me feel so comfortable, and like it's one of them days where no one can prepare for that. You don't ever go through any walk of life thinking, oh, I'm going to get an OBE or an MBE or something else.
My mum said to me, she was like, well, are you nervous? She was like, I've never actually seen you like nervous like this. I'm like, I'm so nervous.
I was cacking it. I was absolutely cacking it.
And the thing that I was so nervous for was the curtsy. Did you get scared to do the curtsy?
Bestie, I were all flustered and I like did a little head nod on the way in because the lady, when I was there, she was like, honestly, it's your day. Just do whichever feels comfortable. And then I thought, oh, I can't not curtsy. I've got to. Like, that'd be really, really bad. So on the way in, I did a little nod. And then when we took our final handshake and I stepped back, then I curtsied then. And then I walked off. I was like, what if I trip?
I thought, it was terrible. I thought William's probably going to look at me and be like, what are you doing? But it's easy when it's him as well because he's so lovely and we've met him a few times before.
Just
I was thinking
genuine.
about that. When I was in there, I was like, well, last time I saw you were playing table football with Millie and Mary.
Literally. I think my parents were more like, they were like, where do we go? What if we get it wrong? I said, you won't get it wrong. And I said, and do you know what? If one of you trips up or you get it wrong, then it's us. Then it's our little thing. I'm not bothered.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's many people that have done that before.
But the staff, I can't thank them enough. Like, they were absolutely incredible. And it went perfect. It was perfect. So obviously you get your OBE, we went through, then we had loads of like professional pictures took, and again, mum, dad and gran are like, what the hell, we're not used to this, like, and they like position you and everything. I was like, it's fine, just relax, let's just be us. But like the build up to it, and I said I'm more nervous for that than I was walking out for the World Cup final.
It's just a different feeling, isn't it?
I was bricking it, and people are like, why? And I'm like, because this is not my world. Like, but it was so surreal, like, and I could just see, like, in my mum and dad's eyes and my grand's, like, just how proud they were. And
I think that's the nicest feeling, isn't it?
Without them, like, that moment doesn't exist. Like, without them doing what they've done for me, which created my career, I don't get that moment. So it was like It was like an us moment. It was like
it's like a giving and back moment, isn't it? A give back moment. I felt like that. I was like, my mum loves the royal family and like loves all, like, you know, has followed the royal family since she was a kid. So for her to be there celebrating me was like,
I know, it was just inside Windsor Castle. My God,
it's amazing, isn't it?
The paintings, I was mesmerised.
No, but you know that I am obsessed with castles, don't you? So like, I literally like I think it's on my bucket list to like go to every castle in the UK.
Should we just buy a castle and live there?
Honestly, I'd love to, but
that's our dream.
I walked in there and I was like, honestly, I was like,
oh, look at all them swords. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. Like,
it was just mad, innit?
It was crazy. Honestly, it was crazy, and it was just, it was so special. And now my dad will kill me, but he did well up, and like, he done well up. I've seen him well up 3 times in 32 years. And a funny story, my sister, obviously Amy, she's literally due on the 21st of Feb, and obviously you can only have so many people inside. So she waited outside the castle, like right at the front, till we were done. She literally waited out the whole time. I said to one of the guys, I said, please, can you just try and get her in for a picture outside the castle, like with my OBE, like it would just make her. I was like, she's literally like 6 weeks off giving birth, like please. They managed that. They were nice enough to let her in. So I feel like much better that she managed to get a picture. And then before you know it, Mum and Amy are doing interviews on TV, and then Amy went, well, what were that for again? I went, oh, you've just been on ITV, love. She went, oh, you didn't tell me that. I said, rule number 1, always ask who's interviewing you and why they're interviewing you. So she learned a valuable lesson that day. And then on the way out, like, as soon as I got it, Dad was like, where is it? Shall I carry it? I think I should carry it. And then when I got in the car to say bye, he went, well, where? I think I should take it back with me and keep it in my bedroom, like, so it's safe. I said, it's my OBE. I think I'll take it home. Thank you very much. She's like, no, I think I should take it. He like won't let it out of his sight. He was like, where is it? What are you doing with it?
Oh, bless him.
Yeah, incredible. Super cool. And congrats to everybody else that received theirs. 3 years later, but better late than never.
Right, let's turn our attention to some football. No WSL weekend, so we've picked up a selection of the FA Cup 4th round fixtures to discuss, and we're going to start with Millie's game. Another 5-0 casual. Talk to me. You scored. Bagsman.
Well, I just thought I'd start contributing. Scored with my foot last time, so I thought I'd just knock one on with my head. But no, listen, it was a really, really good game, and I think we expected a really tough game against Palace, and they made it really difficult for us. But I think when you keep playing against teams that are in that lower block and kind of playing more of a counter-attacking game, it's something that we've been working on to break down. And again, lots of different scorers, which was nice. But I think overall it was a really, really good team performance. And I think we're in a real good place out of that momentum and improving on from last game. Another clean sheet, which makes me very, very happy. But yeah, we had a really good time actually. It was one of those like really enjoyable games.
And Sam come back and scored too. It's nice. I don't know. I always like to follow when people have had like a bit of a rough ride with injuries and come back and like flying. So I bet she was happy getting 2 goals as well.
Yeah, she was buzzing, and I think also when you've been out for that long as well, like you just need a little bit of time to get your feet back underneath you and get your mojo back. But I think she's definitely in full swing of that now. And again, I think it's just credit to the player that she is and the caliber of player that she is to be able to come back after all those months out and kind of pick up where she left off. It's not easy at all. And really, if you look at it, she's not played that many minutes under her belt since returning. So, I think it's a great addition for us to have her back, and she definitely gives us something different. A post-up number 9, she runs in behind, she's fast, aerial ability, link-up play, like, do you know what I mean? She pretty much does it all, and she's a fox in the box. She's in the box, she's scoring when she gets that opportunity, but really, really nice to have her back. But yeah, I just love playing in the FA Cup. I don't know about you, but I love it. It's such a special trophy and competition to play in.
I know, yeah, I hate, because I've obviously couldn't play on the weekend, but...
And I know you'd have scored. Bestie.
I just think the FA Cup is amazing. I actually love that competition. So obviously I won't now get to play in it this season for the first season. So that's sad. But good win for you. Hopefully you get a good draw in the next round.
Fingers crossed. What about your game? I know obviously it was 2-0 loss, but it was 0-0 at half time.
Yeah, I travelled down with the team. So I was like just sat behind the bench. So I was wanted to be in it a little bit, be there for the girls, but it's never easy, is it, going to Arsenal away? But I thought we played really well first half. I thought we had a good first half. Ellie Roebuck was unreal, honestly.
Took one for the team, didn't she?
No, but listen, she, obviously she's had a very difficult few years, and obviously she's competing with Sabs at Villa, Sabrina D'Angelo, and it's 2 world-class goalkeepers. So she hasn't had a whole lot of playing time, but I know she was coming into this game a little bit nervous, and I was like, mate, like, you're sound, like, you know what you can do. You're such a good goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And she made, like, it just reminded me of like Ellie Roebuck of old, like when she was like... I
saw that save. I don't know whose header it was off the corner, but
unbelievable.
I saw that save.
I literally, the commentators were behind me and I was in front going, Ellie Roebuck! I was like gassed for her, like, you're just so happy for someone, and she's worked so hard. But then
I think we're getting the best of her back, I'm excited for her.
When she took the hit to the head, obviously I'm super protective over her.
What was it? Was it a foot or was it a knee?
Yeah, so she kicked it, a goal kick, and she slipped. So it like drove across the floor and it went to Stina. Took a heavy touch, and then Ellie came out to collect it, and then Stina obviously couldn't stop, tried to jump over Ellie, and a stud caught her eye. But instantly, because her arm went up, I was like, shit, it's a head.
Yeah.
Please, no. I was so worried. I was literally texting a boyfriend, like, because he was there, and I was like, don't worry, like, I'm getting everything back from the physios and the docs, like, I'll keep you updated. He was so worried, bless him, it was his birthday. But you know what, yeah, it was really nice to see her play again and enjoy herself and play really, really well. We played a really good first half. I think second half we made a couple of changes, and things change around, and I don't think we really got going. Arsenal scored their first goal was a really nice goal.
Was that Stina's goal?
Yeah, they worked that really well.
Yeah, it was good play, that, to be fair. Really, really good play.
And then, again, it's hard, isn't it? It's hard to come back against a top team at any point. So, yeah, I think, credit to the girls. They had a great first half. I'd say like 50, 60 minutes. Just obviously everyone's absolutely gutted that we can't obviously advance. Tough draw, though. First game in the FA Cup against Arsenal.
Very
bit
tough
harsh,
draw. But lots of positives to take, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. 100%. We've got Man United, so that's a big league game for us at home. So I'm obviously out for a little while, so I won't be in again for that one. But just trying to be like a good support for the girls and like even the staff, just trying to be there just to, even if it's for good vibes and, banter, whatever they need me for, I think just trying to be there and help lead from a different way, which is hard, but, because I've never really missed a game. I've always been healthy and always available. So, yeah. But anyway, we'll look at the rest of the results from the 4th round. So Everton beat West Brom 5-0. I think I just want there to be like an underdog. So we'll just wait till we get to the underdog. I did think Everton would win that one. West Ham Newcastle 3-0. West Ham. I actually thought Newcastle started really well in that game, and I thought 3-0 was probably not what I was expecting.
No, I'm going to say I didn't expect. I probably would have expected Newcastle to tip that. I'm not going to lie. I thought that would have been one of the results where it would have been the other way around. But well done to West Ham. And then Sunderland 0, London City 1. I thought there'd be a bit of a higher scoreline in that. Can't lie.
Yeah. But again, it'd be interesting to see London City after this break, new manager and everything. Van der Donk made a debut, didn't she? She's back from injury now, so she came on. That's a really good addition for them. I think lots of experience. But again, when you've been out injured,
It's whether you can get back to those levels, but hopefully she can for them. And like I said, I think that'll be a great addition. But agree, I thought it was going to be a higher one. We have got Hull City 2, Birmingham City 6. They absolutely put the goals away. And then we've got the big one, Charlton Athletic 10, Swindon Town 0.
I always feel bad for them big score lines, me.
Do you know what as well? I feel it because I've been that team.
Yeah.
I've been that team and it's bloody hard. Like, it's really, really hard.
Remember when we beat Latvia? Was it Latvia 20-0 or something?
Yeah,
I was like,
20.
oh, this is so sad now.
It was hard to celebrate the goals after 10.
Anyway, sorry, off topic.
Really hard. Anyway, we've got Brighton 2, Notts Forest 0. I mean, you'd expect Brighton they would have been favourites in that result, wouldn't they?
Liverpool 6, London Bees 0, Bristol City 2, Southampton 1, Man United 5, Burnley 0. And then we've got Chatham Town 3, York City 0. And Chatham Town are the lowest ranked team left in the competition into the 5th round for the first time in their history. So
amazing. It's what we love to see. This is what we want.
That is the magic of the FA Cup.
Magic.
Hopefully we can see them progress even further.
I love that competition for that reason. I love it. I love results like that. Obviously, you've never got any team to lose, but that you've just made history. Like, that is incredible. This is why I love the FA Cup. It's so exciting. We've then got Oxford United 3, Middlesbrough 1. Oxford United are the only other FA Women's National League side left standing. So congratulations to yourselves. Keep on progressing. We've got Ipswich Town 1, Sheffield United 2. Bournemouth 0, City 6. They absolutely stormed that, but again, would have been the favourites going into that. And then we've got Tottenham 3, Leicester City 0, which I probably didn't know which way that was going to go.
They played back to back. It's hard. Like, both times Leicester travelled to Tottenham.
And to be fair, Tottenham are in a really good place.
But guys, we are recording on a Monday afternoon and the draw doesn't take place until tonight. So keep an eye out for the big 5th round ties. That's it for the football. We're going on a quick break. Welcome back to part 2 of Daily Brightness. We have seen the 2026 is the new 2016 trend on social media and we've decided to get involved too. So Millie and I have picked out 3 photos each from 2016 to reminisce about today. Obviously, you can head to the Daily Brightness Instagram to look at them while we chat. But Millie, you want to kick us off with your first photo?
Yeah, my first photo, I believe, don't quote me on this, I might have to find out the stats, but I don't know if this was the first time that I played against Doncaster from when I moved to Chelsea. And obviously in that picture, it's me and Gilly Flaherty. And we were back at the Keep Moat, and that was the first time that I'd been back to the Keep Moat since leaving Donny. And I just thought 2016, it was still early on in my years at Chelsea. And it was a really weird moment going back to Keep Moat Stadium in a different kit and playing against a team that I'd been at for many, many years, and was like the start of my journey really in like my professional career. So I picked that one out because I think it's always good to remember where you come from and what got you to where you are today. And Donny was definitely the foundation of my career and my success. But I can't remember if that was the first time I'd played against him or if I'd played him at home. But it was very early on, like maybe like the second game. So it was still really weird for me. But yeah, that was my first picture, a little trip down memory lane.
Love that.
What about yours?
Okay, so my first picture is 2016 was when I got drafted out of university to Houston, and that is the manager and the general manager of the team. And it was the coolest, most surreal experience going to the draft. I know, look how long my hair is. Also, what am I wearing?
I'm going to come back to that when you finish.
Yeah. So, I went to the draft. It was in Baltimore. And that's something I've never seen before. So that was just a really cool experience in the start of my professional journey in America.
Crazy. Why was it? This has always been a question. You know, with the drafts, you'd always used to see it on like social media and everyone always used to dress up for the drafts. Like, what was a draft like physically going there? Like what?
Yeah. So like you'd literally just sit in, like you'd sign in or whatever and you sit in like a room and like, there's not loads of people because you'd go if you were thinking you were going to get drafted high up.
Yeah.
I had a feeling that I'd get drafted high up based on conversations that I'd had. I didn't know where I was going to go or whatever. So I'm just sat there like in this convention room waiting, and it's like just surreal, like the trade within the draft. Honestly, I'll tell you about it one day, but it's such a surreal experience. But yeah, I went number 6 in the first round to Houston. So that was the start of my professional career in America.
Go on the girl. Right, second picture. Mine is me, my mom and my dad. God, look how young
All I thought about then was me, me mum, me dad and me gran. We're off to Waterloo.
Hello.
Me and me
Funny
mum.
story. Me, mum and me dad. We'll tell you about that another time, or maybe we won't. Maybe it should stay off the record. Anyway, look how young my dad looks and my mum.
I know. Your dad looks amazing. No, your mum
Aren't
does,
they beautiful?
but I think your dad looks unreal. Look at him.
I know. Go on the hunk. That was, look how high up we are as well. That was one of my favourite little trips. We went down to Devon. And by the way, Devon is one of the most like beautiful places in England to go. Like when the sun's out and you get the weather good, like it's amazing. And we used to go to this spot, the same spot every time we went down there. And you could walk down the bottom onto that beach, but we always used to stand at the top just like for the view. And I remember being right on the edge, like shock. Millie stood right on the edge like an idiot. My dad's got a hold of me, so I'm not going to fall. And then we could see like they were like I think they were like loads of like little seals. Like it was like a little cove, and they'd always come down. And we were just watching them up there. But I love little trips like that with mum and dad. And yeah, it was a lovely little getaway.
My next picture is my debut for England. I posted on Instagram the other day. I actually scored on my debut for England.
Of course she did.
Ellen White was the most unselfish player ever. She should have just shot herself, but she cut it back to me for a little tap.
Imagine you did that on my debut.
Shut up. It wasn't a little cutback, was it? I'm going to get that clip. I'm going to get that clip and show you it's not that bad. It's funny actually because Ellen messaged me when I posted that saying you're welcome. But yeah, just a special memory. Again, start of my England journey. It's weird that all these starts of these things were in 2016.
Yeah.
So yeah, good times.
Right, my third and final picture
is your debut.
Really special moment, obviously, in this picture. My dad.
I literally remember that. I remember that exact pic. Like I remember it live.
But me and you coming on at the same time was like the highlight of it completely. Obviously representing England, but like coming on with your best mate is pretty sick, and both coming on up top. But then after the game, families couldn't really like get down. Like to get to family, there was like a big drop. And I just remember my dad just grabbing me, and he just literally grabbed my arms and yanked me up. But it was such a special moment, and I love that picture. Like, just he was like, "There's nothing stopping me getting to her. Like, I'm gonna literally pull her up." I mean, luckily he's super strong, and I'm not that heavy. I don't think anyway. But yeah, really cool picture, and like you said, start of my England career, same as you, and yeah, kicking it off in fashion.
That's cool that we started our career at England in the same year. My next picture is my brother's wedding day. I think it's just quite fitting, really.
Go on, the boy scrubs up well. Look at you both.
I know, yeah. I was a bridesmaid for Annabelle, which obviously she was a bridesmaid for me. So quite a nice little
cute
mini full circle moment. But yeah, celebrating my brother and Annabelle on that day was just amazing. And obviously adding Annabelle to the family and to bring another Daly in was a really nice feeling, and just seeing how happy they are and the life that they live together now with a beautiful child. So yeah, a special day.
I love that. Well, we hope you enjoyed our 2016 pictures. I absolutely love that trend. I thought it was really cool. Everyone like reflecting on memories and seeing all like pictures and stuff. I really liked it. But we hope you liked our pictures. Now moving on to our favourite two things, block and delete and gratitude. But first, block and delete. Should we do the ones from the audience first?
Yeah, let's go.
This is from Amy. Bullies. My poor daughter is really struggling right now. I don't even need to think about that.
I don't even want to expand on that because I hate bullies. Block, delete.
Block. Do better. And also, if your kid's bullying, do better as a parent, because it's coming down to educating. Just do better. Everyone do better. Do better. Next.
So massive block and delete for that one. The next one's from Tamsin. Every WSL game kicking off at 12 p.m. on a Sunday.
I'm kind of in the middle.
Same, I'm on the fence. I like the 12 o'clock kickoffs, but I know why people don't.
Selfishly, I love it because then I actually get a Sunday afternoon, which doesn't ever exist in my life. So I like to get up and go, get the game done, get home. I actually get a Sunday evening, and it's just quite nice to have a little bit of normality on that day. However, I do understand it's a massive inconvenience for fans, and I always then think on the flip side, if you've got like little boys and girls that are playing on a Sunday morning and then you need to try and get to a kickoff, you're not going to be able to.
Yeah, it definitely affects attendance and stuff. I do. And also, if they're all at the same time, if you want to watch a couple, you can't. So I do get the inconvenience, but selfishly, I quite like it.
This is from Beth.
Did I send this in? Or
I think you must have heard Rachel talk about this before. This is from Beth. People who chew loudly and gulp when drinking, it's a big, in capital letters, block and delete from me. Well, Beth, I can absolutely assure you that we both agree. This is one of Rachel's biggest pet peeves.
It's not even a pet peeve. It's like a disease I've got in my mind. I can't hear these people.
I'm not using that as my block and delete because I've got some better ones. But that for me, it really got me. And I was like,
go on then, tell me your block and delete.
It's actually public transport because after my appointment, I had several things coming off that train that I got really annoyed at. People talking loudly on phone on the trains.
Yeah, I actually do agree with you. Like, I struggle with public transport.
Darling, I don't need to know your mom, your sister, your dad, and everything that happened in that day and tomorrow and day after. The people are literally shouting or oh my God, even worse, they have it on loudspeaker. Why?
No, that's out of order. That's out of order.
They'll be like, yeah, I'll probably be home in about half an hour. I'm just coming past Croydon now. Like, you don't need to do it. Just put your headphones in and talk quietly or talk normally.
Yeah, I think whenever I go down to London, I always try and get in the quiet coach.
No, that journey did me, and that is exactly why I hate public transport. I'd rather drive into London. And I did actually try and attempt to drive to my appointment, and I realised I didn't set off early enough, so then I was going to be late. Then I was like, oh, I've got to get the train.
Yeah, so there's two block and deletes in that. There's traffic, and then there's public transport.
What's yours?
Mine for this week is spam phone calls. Like,
do you answer
doing?
Phone calls though, and then like see who it is, and then red button, or do you just ignore?
No, if it's not a number in my phone, I won't answer it.
True,
but I'm like, what you ringing me for? How have you got my number?
Have you not gone along with some people though? Sometimes when they ring up and they're like, "Hi, I'm just calling from 3," and I'm like, "Yeah, okay," and they're like, and I take them through the whole information, then I just put the phone down because I'm like,
someone rang me the other day and it was an automated call, and I was like, "Hello," and they were like, "Hi, add me on WhatsApp. This is my number. Bye." Hung up. I was like, "It's automated call. Oh, I've got a job for you. Add me on WhatsApp." I was like, "Piss off." Right, on that note, let's go to gratitude because this is my favourite time of the week.
Yes, you go first. Kick us off with a banger.
So I'm actually grateful for catching up with people yesterday. So I had such a lovely time. I spoke with Leah, Beth, Jill, Alex Scott, people, Alessia, all people who have played a part in my England career. And it was just really, really nice to catch up with them. I've not seen them all for a while, and obviously not been in the England setup for a long time, but all from years ago, from recently. It was just nice.
Oh, that's really nice. Mine's really light-hearted this week. I'm grateful for roast dinners. Banging.
Oh, banging.
I had the best roast dinner yesterday ever. Went to a pub just around the corner. Oh my God. And they were still selling pigs in blankets, cauliflower cheese, all the veg, banging. Yorkshire pudding, massive Yorkshire pudding actually, roasties. Only downside, not enough gravy down south. They're a bit tight on gravy, but...
Was it watery as well? Oof.
No, it weren't. The consistency of it was actually pretty good. It was just the quantity was not enough for me. I like it swimming in it. But I'm grateful for roast dinners. I love being English. I love it.
I love roast dinners.
Well, on that note, guys, that is the end of our episode. We hoped you've enjoyed it just as much as we have. Thank you always for listening in to Daily Brightness. Get in touch on socials at Daily Brightness. Make sure you're sending your questions for Thursday's Q&A, our favourite time. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.